everyone, Mira here, trying to make your Monday a little better and maybe even something to look forward to. We are here with yet another speed paint, and it's Silindarr again, but this time with her friends. I finally got permission from my friends to put these characters on the channel. I don't know why it took me so long to get myself to ask them, but they were very willing to let me do a speed paint of them. So now her friends are here in this speed paint, and honestly, I had so much fun. This might be my favorite speed paint so far. Like, one, I'm happy with how it turned out, and two, I just had fun doing it. Usually, like, I honestly hate having to have my phone sideways during the speed paint, but for some reason today that just wasn't a problem for me, and I genuinely just had fun doing this picture. I treated it like I wasn't even recording, and I was just chilling and drawing, and I was genuinely enjoying the whole process, and I love these characters, which makes it even better. So, I am going to not go too in-depth about these characters in the storyline or anything, because I have no idea what we're doing with these characters in the future, and I don't want to risk messing with that at all, but I can explain their personalities a bit and what's happening in this scene. So, Silindarr. We've heard about her. I've done speed paints of her already. And now she's in this one again. And nothing against Star, but she didn't make it into this one simply because there's not many occasions where they're both in control at the same time, and I had this scene really clear in my head, so it made sense for just Cilinda to be in control in this scene. Although Star is there, I promise you, she's just not visible right now. So we've heard a lot about Cilinda and Silindarr and Star. We've heard enough about them for now. So I'm going to go more in depth of who the other two are. First, I'll do Mira. Mira is the one in this picture. She is the one that is sitting on Silindarr's shoulders. She is Kitten's character. You all know Kitten. She's been in some of my videos. She made this character, and I love this character, so props to Kitten. And so she is small. She does look like a child, but she's not a child, I promise you. She is a teenager, just like the other three characters. By the way, don't get confused, I address Silindarr as two different people. Just to clear that up now. She is a teenager just like the other two, other three, excuse me. Sorry about that. Even though she does look like a child, when she was turned into a specimen, it ended up cutting off her growing process, which is why she does now look like a child, because she stopped growing then. So, but she is the most responsible character out of the quad. She looks like a child, even though she's probably the one that acts the least like a child. She is definitely the most responsible one. I believe, if I'm remembering right, she does have the responsible trait, because we did use a random trait generator to start off making these characters. A random fact about Mira is one of her traits is just sober. And we find it like way funnier than one might think someone would, but the fact that one of her traits is specifically sober is way funnier than it should be. But yeah, it's just a random funny thing. But she is also rebellious, yet blindly obedient. So if she doesn't know someone very well, or if she doesn't like them, then she is rebellious and will essentially do the opposite of whatever she's told. But if she likes the person and cares about them and knows them well, then she will end up being blindly obedient to them, which is just great for the quad because she's the most responsible one, yet she's blindly obedient to the other three. And that just, it lets the chaos keep going. But she does have, like, her own thoughts and stuff. It's not like she just does whatever she's told. She will voice her opinion if she has one. And she is part mouse and part shark, I believe, if I'm remembering right. Kitten, if I'm remembering that wrong, I am sorry. But that is the species that she got when she became a specimen. And I think that's all I have to say about Mira for the time being. The other one! The one that is in this picture just standing offended in the back. That is Bass. His full name is Sebastian. And he's the funniest character to me. So, I'm trying to figure out how to explain this, even though I pre-planned this full explanation. I'm still trying to figure out how to explain Bass. He's fun. He is probably like the most chaotic. Honestly, I see him as like the leader of the quad, like once they start going on their adventures and stuff, because he like sees something fun and he's like, let's do it, and the other three just follow him. So I see him as more of the leader of the group. And like he's funny because like he's sarcastic a lot, but he's also like sensitive at the same time. You can hear me trying not to laugh throughout this whole thing. But he's also passive aggressive. I need to just stop recording for a second to just stop laughing. Okay, I've taken a minute. I can speak again. Okay, so he's also passive aggressive, but as a play on words with his name, we also like to call him very passive aggressive, and we just joke about that every time. But he's great. I don't know how to explain him, and I'm not giving him justice, but he is a very fun character, and wnever we're acting out scenes that happen in Outcasts Abandoned, or the game, which is where these characters come from, he's always so fun, and he's great. But he was also in the title, and it was not at all meant to be like a diss on Bass, because like I've been saying, Bass is great. But what happens is him and Cilinda have this weird, like, jokingly making fun of each other kind of relationship where they especially Cilinda. Cilinda just loves to mess with Bass, which is where the inspiration for this speed paint came from, because that's what she does a lot. And like, Bass would like to change his like outfit. Like, he's the kind of person where like he'd have fun trying on different outfits and stuff, but then Cilinda is the kind to like never want to change her outfit at all. And Cilinda ends up just like teasing Bass for like changing his outfit ever if they get to do that. And then like, even just for other things, if Bass messes up on anything, or if his feelings are hurt by anything, Cilinda's just there to make a joke out of it, which is where the title came from, because it seems like the kind of thing she'd do to just randomly go, "Be better, Bass." Like, out of nowhere for like seemingly no reason, or there's a reason that I just haven't thought of quite yet. But just the thought of her going, "Be better, Bass," is hilarious to me, and I couldn't not go with it when I thought of it. And that's where the inspiration for this image was. Cilinda just decided, I'm gonna tease Bass now, and she went, "Be better, Bass," and I also love the alliteration. But then Bass was offended by it reasonably, because he probably did nothing wrong. And Cilinda just decided, I'm gonna mess with him. And that's what's happening. And whenever this kind of thing happens, when they start, like, making fun of each other jokingly, Mira always just finds it funny, and she just starts laughing at it. And sometimes, like, they'll go to her, like, "I'm right?" And she'll just be too busy laughing to really give any input. And honestly, just everything about the quad I love. And I could go rambling on about the quad in the game and Outcasts Abandoned for hours. I could just keep talking about it, but that's probably too much for one video. So, I'm just gonna try and cut myself off here for this week. But honestly, I was like so stalling on making this video because I didn't know what to do. But then I thought of this, and I'm just making this video in one day, and I'm honestly having so much fun with this. Like, I loved how this speed paint turned out. I loved doing it. It was so fun. This voiceover and talking about them also, just I could go on for hours, honestly. And I'm sure editing this will also be fun. But this week's video, I love it. I hope you guys agree with me, because I had so much fun, and I'll probably do something similar to this again. This speed paint actually is like the longest one. It took me almost 2 hours for this one, but like I said, I had fun with it, so worth it. But anyway, I'll stop rambling for now. I hope you guys all have a great week. Goodbye!